So, I just watched Superman in a packed IMAX theater on a Sunday afternoon, and let me tell you, people were laughing, cheering, clapping, gasping, and the energy was electric. It felt like I was watching a comic book come to life on a 100-foot screen. And it hit in all the right ways. And yeah, we are gonna break it all down right here. So yeah, if you're looking for a non-spoiler review, turn towards Shubho's non-spoilery review right now. The link is given above. This is a full spoiler territory. We are talking Lex, Louis, crypto, and everything in between. I am Saurabh. Let's talk Superman. But before we jump in, quick context. So what's Superman about? Well, James Gunn's reboot takes us to a world that's already familiar with the concepts of meta-humans. In fact, the opening moments do something genius. It tells us that meta-humans have existed for nearly 300 years. Then, 30 years ago, Kal-El came. And 3 years, and then, boom, 3 minutes ago. The countdown sets the mood perfectly. It feels like the time is collapsing onto one event. This particular one, Superman getting beaten for the first time ever. This movie is about a Clark Kent who's not yet sure about his place in this world, a Superman who's loved by some, feared by many, and at the center of it all, a world on the edge of war. Two countries, totally not Israel and totally not Palestine, are at each other's throats. And standing in between them is Superman, trying to hold on to hope. But before we dive in, let's talk quickly about that number 3. The entire opening of the movie is wrapped in it. 300 years, 30 years, 3 years, 3 minutes, and so on and so forth. And the fact that Superman, Lois, and Lex form the emotional triangle at the heart of the movie. Not accidental. So, in literature and in myth, the number 3 is powerful. It reflects power, trinity, balance, past, present, and future. It's the structure of Star Wars, the Matrix, Lord of the Rings, and it's also the Holy Trinity. And in Gunn's vision, it might just be hope, humanity, and heroism. Okay, so that down. First impressions. We meet Superman early, but Clark, he takes a while. And honestly, I miss Clark. We barely get to spend time with him, but every second we do spend with Superman, it makes up for it. This guy isn't floating around being flawless. This Superman bleeds, he struggles, he doubts himself. There's a moment, a kryptonite poisoning is tearing through him. And the first thing he says, I have to help people. That line, that's Superman. That's the guy. And yeah, he feels underpowered at times, but honestly, that's what makes this movie compelling. A God who can be hurt is a God you can root for. It's what makes the stakes feel real. Well, that and a mustache-twirling villain, and that's it. So let's talk about Lex. Contrary to what Shubho told during his non-spoiler review, I felt Nicholas Hoult absolutely crushed it. This isn't your corporate mogul Lex. This guy is deranged, obsessive, borderline, psychotic, unhinged, but also brilliant, manipulative, and dangerous in that I know something you don't way. What I loved most is he's not a physical threat, and he realizes that. So he created the robot, the military tech, psychological traps. He is always 10 steps ahead of Superman. Well, until he isn't, but let's talk about that later. And man, James Gunn even found a way to honor the Snyder fanboys too. I swear, they had a cameo in this movie. You remember those rage monkeys Lex had sitting behind screens and shouting at the keyboard all the time, all angry? That's them. That's the Snyder cult. Gunn threw them a bone and made them actual villains for once. But on a serious note, let's give it up for Lois Lane, shall we? This is the best Lois we've ever had on screen. period. Rachel Brosnahan brought so much grit and warmth and determination. It's her journalism that actually turns the tide of the story. She's not just Superman's love interest. She's the emotional anchor of the film. And that shows even more clearly in the way her relationship with Clark is portrayed. You see, there's a beautiful thread running through their conversations. Two people trying to stay together while standing on opposite ends of a moral tightrope. See, Louis just wants the truth, but Clark wants peace, and both want each other. Their ideological differences aren't dramatic plot devices. They're quiet, grounded, deeply human, and you feel their love, you feel the tension. It's adult, it's complicated, and man, it's so well written. Then there's Mr. Terrific, the scene stealer. Every time he was on screen, I lean forward. There's already a buzz about a spin-off series, and trust me, I'm here for it. Guy Gardner, on the other hand, was a certified jackass. Loved it. And Crypto, well, okay, I had my doubts. I thought he'd be too cheesy, but man, that dog got me. If you ever owned a dog, you know how accurate his behavior was. Loyal, protective, hilarious, but also hurtful. But when he teamed up with Superman, man, absolutely goosebumps. Now seamlessly sliding into the heavier territory. The movie's political commentary. Yes. The movie's central conflict is basically a retelling of real-world geopolitical mess. But you know what? It worked. Art is political. Always has been. And deal with it. And when your main character is literally an immigrant, a refugee from a lost world, how can you not talk about borders, identities, and power? Superman has always represented hope, but he has also been a symbol of an outsider. And in this movie, he is the bridge, the outsider trying to stop two nations from nuking each other. That's powerful, but that wouldn't have been possible without the magic that happened behind the screen. So coming out of all that weighty discourse, let's talk about the look and sound of this beast. Henry Braham, the cinematographer, worked hand in hand with James Gunn to make this movie look flawlessly like a moving comic book. Every punch has weight, every flight has velocity. These are the moments where you literally feel like you have stepped into a panel. And the score. The score. John Murphy knocked it out. But then the moment came. That moment. When the John Williams Superman theme finally starts swelling, the entire theater lost its collective mind. Goosebumps, chills, nostalgia. You see, Gunn did not change it. He didn't remix it either. He actually honored it, and it worked like a magic. Speaking of magic, honestly, the movie is packed with so many iconic moments, but here are a few that blended into the narrative without feeling like a checklist fan service. That heartfelt, soul-crushing moment when Superman's poisoned and beaten still manages to whisper that he has to help people. It hits you like a freight train. Lewis and Clark's quite philosophical debates that added layers to their chemistry. Crypto jumping into battle with Superman like they have been fighting side by side forever. Man's best friend indeed. Mr. Terrific going full gun mode, taking down the entire bot squad solo with cherry bomb blasting in the background while Louis just stood there in awe. Guy Gardner flipping off the Boravian army unapologetically. Supergirl's explosive entry timed like a page-turner reveal straight out of a comic. These weren't just moments. These were character truths hitting with rhythm and intention. But what was completely rhythmless was how the Indian censor board handled this movie. Now I have to address this because it pissed me off. Yes, the Indian censor board cut some scene dialogue, some stuff, a kissing scene, gone. But here's the thing, Bollywood shows kissing all the damn time. Like, you're telling me this is where we draw the line? See, had the man slapped the woman, they would have probably kept that scene there. But heaven forbid, we actually show affection on screen. They need to grow up. But then let's talk about something else. Superman has already crossed like 100 million worldwide as of this video, and it's tracking towards at least 700 million plus, finishing if the legs are strong. And in India, it's dominating. Hollywood is on a streak here. Jurassic World Rebirth, F1, now Superman are eating up screens. Bollywood better wake up, because guess what? Fantastic Four is still around the corner this month. The game is getting interesting. Yeah. So with that down, let's talk about how I feel about it. Listen, it's hard to feel sorry for a god, but give him some weaknesses. Give him a dog, give him an obsessed villain, make him lose, make him doubt himself, and then show him standing up again. Now that's a Superman I can get behind. This movie isn't perfect. It had its pacing issues, a couple of jokes might not land for you, but it's real, it's fun, it's emotional, it's weird, it's everything I ever hoped from a James Gunn film. So the Snyder bots crying online, relax, you had your time, you have been replaced by a better version. And he even gave you a cameo in the film. Let's enjoy that, right? So that's it for the full spoiler review of Superman. Let me know what your favorite moment was down in the comments. Did you cry when the Williams theme actually hit? Did you fall in love with crypto? Or are you still mad that this movie had opinions? Either way, it's this one going down as a classic, and DCU, it's finally flying high again. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I will see you here next time. Bye.